Alright, I feel like I've been lied to my whole life. Whoever said Kansas was flat, they were wrong. Kansas ain't flat. I ain't never seen. Can you see behind me? Just came up a big hill. There's not supposed to be hills in Kansas, but there are.
Hi, I'm Wayne, and this is Regina, and we're Mileage Varies. Join us as we transition into full-time RV life and follow our motto of start small and start now.
Okay, just presenting more evidence in the Kansas is not flat. This is not flat. And this is definitely Kansas. Cloudy and overcast and spitting rain today, but it's pretty out here, so we decided to go for a walk anyway. I'm trying to catch the sound of the fish flopping out here. I don't feel confident I'll be pointing the camera in the right direction, but I opened the door this morning and listened to coyotes. And I could also listen to all the fish flopping on the surface. Then when I was out walking this morning, of course they're not going to do it now. Oh, there went one. So we are at Wilson State Park in Kansas. It's off I-70. They have primitive sites. They have a few full hookup sites, not very many full hookup sites. And then they have mainly just electric and water. We'll have some videos of some of the sites. Most of the sites are Lakeview. Several of them are lakefront. We have one of the lakefront sites. Right now, there's not many people here. I mean, there's, I don't know, maybe 20 campers in the park. And when we got here, there weren't that many. It looks like they're kind of directing people into two areas. It's really nice, really quiet, really peaceful. So if you're coming here, make sure you know where your site is, your number and stuff, because if you get here after 4, the office will be closed. And they had a reservation ticket on the post for our site. So they knew we were coming, and they had everything set up, so we just had to pull in. But we did have to know where we were, or we'd had to drive around looking for our ticket. So make sure you do that. They do have a thing where the tickets, if the site is reserved, are orange. And if there's a yellow ticket, you can just pull that ticket off, and you can stay there for at least one night. I guess it depends on if it was reserved for another night, but you can take that ticket and you can just pull in anywhere and then go up to the office in the morning if you get here after 4. So there was a lot of sites, and they're all pretty easy to get into. Ours is gravel. It looks like most of them are gravel, and they have lots of room. So some of the interior sites are right next to each other, but still they all pretty much, from what I've seen, have at least a lake view. So pretty nice little stop off on the way out west.
And all of the sites seem to have a picnic table They're a little older
Yeah.
picnic tables, but they do have a picnic table and a fire ring. Also, the area where we are, which is the wheatgrass loop, or they actually call them campgrounds. Every loop they call a campground, but there's multiple loops. They all do have water and electric where we are, but they don't all. Some of them are primitive.
Yeah, there are some primitive. And there is a campground, it's part of the state park, before you get to the park office. Like you go over a bridge over the lake, and part of the campground is before that bridge. So, and I think that's all primitive, but I'm not 100% sure. We haven't gone in there.
And we did do some driving around today around the area and found that there are 2 other Corps of Engineer campgrounds. One is called Sylvan Grove, I believe, campground.
Yeah.
Over by Wilson Dam, and even though it technically says it's closed on the website, there were people camping in there hooked up to electric and water. We didn't stop, but that is over there by the dam. There are no lake views there. And then there was another one called Lucus Park that's on the other side of the lake from where we are, and looked like it was closed for the season.
Yeah.
Who knew? Kansas
wasn't
flat.
I know it. That was our biggest surprise. So down below the dam is Sylvan Lake Campground, or Sylvan Grove. Sylvan Grove, I think, campground. It's a Corps Engineers campground. And the website says it's closed. But it's obviously not closed to everybody. So there's another option right around here. It's just down the road from Wilson Lake State Park. So here's the rest of Sylvan Grove Campground below the Wilson Lake Dam. There is kind of water down there. There's the outflow from the dam, but it's low, right? And there's nothing in the outflow now, not much. But a lot of trees. Looks well kept. Nice little campground. Yeah, it has hookups. I see water and power at the site, so looks nice. So we're at Sylvan Grove below Wilson Lake Dam. I'm trying to get all this right because we're staying at Wilson State Park on Wilson Lake. So we're at Sylvan Grove, which is below the dam, and we're on the Bur Oak Trail, which is a little half-mile interpretive nature trail that was built by the Boy Scouts back in the 70s, I think.
60s.
It was 60s. Oh, never mind.
Mm-hmm.
This is Garden of Eden in Lucus, Kansas. I have no idea what it is, but we're going to go find out.
It looks cool.
It does. So it turns out the Garden of Eden is made by this gentleman, S.P. Dinsmore. He basically built it for a tourist attraction. He's very creative. All these sculptures are out of concrete, and they're themed. So on the far side over there is religion, which goes to social Darwinism. And then I'll show you a little later on, around the corner, is his views on basically like politics and stuff. It's a statue that he's made. So this is the mausoleum of S.P. Dinsmore and his wife. He's the one who created and owned the Garden of Eden here in Kansas. And oddly enough, one of his wishes was to be mummified and displayed for the public for all time, because this place was a tourist destination. That's what he designed it for. So he's in there, and there's a glass case in front of his coffin, and you can look at him if you want. Obviously they don't allow photos in there, and I wouldn't have anyways, out of respect for him, but that was his wishes, is to be on display. So what a cool dude. So, and this is where he had some animals. I forget all that he had. I know he had a coyote, turtles, an eagle, and there were some other ones in there. A badger, I think. So, kind of cool. That is his strawberry garden. And then through there, along that walkway, is the grape arbor. I'm not going through there. He was short. I'm tall. But if this looks like a log cabin, it's actually not. It's made out of limestone, the posts that they use. I'm around here called post rock. He actually made it to look like a log cabin. And this, the guide was telling us, this is like his most famous creation. In the middle is labor, and around it, that is crucifying labor, is lawyers and doctors and preachers and bankers. Mr. Dinsmore built this sculpture to kind of display social Darwinism. I don't know a lot about that, but I'm going to be looking it up now that I've been here. So he has a soldier who is shooting at this Indian, who is in turn shooting at this dog, who's trying to get the fox, who's trying to get the bird, who's trying to get a caterpillar. So there you have it. So that was the Garden of Eden. Pretty cool little stop. Cost $7 a person. They give you a little tour guide, gives you a tour around, and worthwhile. I thought it was fun. So stop in if you're in Lucus, Kansas.